Hello everyone, Dark Skeleton here, and I just wanted to let everybody out there know about the Warsong Commander change, which is coming up really soon. If you check hearthstone.com, you can read this exact blue post from Zariah, one of the blue forum posters from Blizzard, which means it's going to be official. So what's happening is that basically Blizzard hates Patron. And by Patron, I mean the Grim Patron deck, of course, which is pretty much dominant as far as warrior decks go. And Warsong Commander is, instead of giving any minion that has 3 attack or less the charge ability on summon, it's instead going to give your charge minions +1 attack, which, if you compare it to a raid leader, is almost certainly going to be crap, at least from what I can see. Raid leader is horrible. What's a raid leader that only applies to charge minions but has 1 extra HP? Nothing special. So with Warsong Commander gone, that means you can't charge patrons and get a trillion a churn. Your opponent is going to have at least 1 round to respond to any Grim Patron deck from this point forward. You can still use Whirlwinds and Death Spites and put a lot of patrons on the board, but your opponent has the ability to respond to that, and it's going to be a lot harder to actually use the patrons to put out tons of damage or to to use Frothing Berserker, since you can't just charge it at the face. It has to actually survive a turn. Now, does that mean that Grim Patron and Frothing Berserker will never see play again? Probably not. I mean, at some point in time, someone might come up with a new deck, but the classic Grim Patron Warrior deck, as far as I can tell from this change, is going to pretty much die. And the reason they're doing this is because they want the meta to change and evolve. Warsong Commander has become a problem card because as long as Warsong Commander is there, they can't really make any 3 attack or less minions that have crazy effects like the Grim Patron does, without it like overwhelming the board. Like, for instance, if you gave Warsong Commander to a Warlock with Dreadsteed, then you could have a Dreadsteed that keeps coming back every single time you run it into somebody and use it as an instant board clear. The only reason they could add that is because Warlocks don't have Warsong Commander, obviously. So that's the change for Warsong Commander. I would say it's very likely Patron decks are going to be dead, and I'm not a pro player, but I mean, I can tell you Warsong Commander is pretty critical to that deck. So remember, you can check it out at hearthstone.com. The link is specifically hearthstone.com/news/1057-Warsong-Commander-Nerf-incoming, or you can just find it on the front page. So I've been Dark Skeleton. Thank you for listening/watching, and I'll see you in my next video.